I sure as heck ain't gonna be cold. What's up, guys? So obviously I'm super excited about the Iditarod. I've been talking about it for the last couple days, but dude, you guys have no idea just how awesome this is gonna be. Like, just wait until you see the videos that I make out there. It's going to be awesome. I haven't even told you guys the secrets, and yes, there are secrets that I'm not supposed to talk about. It's cool. Anyway, so this is my this is my snow machine gear or snowmobile gear. When I go out there, I need to make sure that I'm going to be super warm on this thing because, like, when you're on the snow machine driving, it gets a lot colder because you're adding in wind chill into the temperature out there. So if it's like, you know, negative 30 degrees and I'm on a snow machine, dude, like, what does that come out to? What, maybe like negative 70? I don't know. Like, I don't know a whole lot about cold. All I know is this is gonna work. I have so many layers on, but enough to be comfortable, and nowhere the wind isn't gonna be hitting me. Of course, I'll have gloves on, or mitts. I just, you know, for vlogging reasons, I'm doing this. Oh, also, I tested that out, making sure I could vlog with mitts on. All good there. So, yes, let me take this stuff off.
Ah, much better. Okay, so today we're gonna go meet up with a guy named Dallas Seavey. And Dallas is a guy that I found on YouTube because I felt like I needed to get myself a little bit of an education on the Iditarod, because I kind of felt like if I go there knowing nothing, like, yeah, I might have a fresh pair of eyes and I might get excited about things, but the thing is, I might also make an ass of myself. And this is such a big event, like, I didn't want to take the chance. Even though I make an ass out of myself almost every day, this is kind of a different thing. So anyways, I found this guy and I watched one of his videos. I was like, wow, this guy is super cool, super down to earth. This is the video I saw.
And kind of what we're going to do with these guys is just handle them everywhere. You know, you're going to play with their feet, you're going to play with their ears, you're going to turn them upside down. And if they get comfortable, you want these guys to eventually be able to lay on their backs kind of like this and actually get comfortable with that, fall asleep like that. Just kind of get used to people being all around them, you know, playing with their legs. This is going to be helpful when they're older and it's time to start putting booties on them. It's nice if they're used to their feet being handled. You want to hold one?
Yeah.
So yeah, after I watched that, I was like, I have to contact him, because really, like, this is new to me. This whole thing is new. I need somebody to get behind. So this guy, you know, seems super cool. I was like, okay, I went to Twitter and I went to go contact him, and right below his name, it said, 2012, 2014 Iditarod champion. My jaw dropped. I was like, are you freaking serious? Like, this guy is a two-time champion? So anyway, I wrote him and I told him, I said, hey, I didn't know you were the champion. I thought you were a cool guy. So he replied back, and so now today we're gonna go meet with him, and he's taking his dogs in to get their exams for the Iditarod. So awesome. Today's gonna be like beyond cool. So here's where we're gonna meet Dallas. This is the Iditarod headquarters and kind of like a museum. So this is Dallas. He was the 2012-2014 champion, and it's really funny because this is his dad. This is Mitch, 2004 and 2013. So yeah, this kind of runs in the family for them. And oh my gosh, I just saw this. This is the junior Iditarod sled dog race, and 2014 Conway Seavey. So yeah, this is like his brother. This is legitimately like a sled dog family. That's awesome. And check this out. He's even got a book. All right, so Dallas is here. They're bringing the dogs into the trailer to make sure these dogs are all good and healthy.
So every dog gets a CBC and a chemistry panel, and that's what she's doing right now. She's drawing from the jugular vein and getting the blood. The blood will be sent off at a run, and then our head veterinarian will review all the results, get back to the musher, give the results to the musher if there's a problem, try to figure out what we can do about it.
Blazer? You have a paper? Whoa, this is so crazy, boy. This is Schooner right here. One of the stars from last year's record-breaking team, huh? He went all the way to White Mountain, did more than his fair share of the work, and then flew home from there and left us well positioned with 8. All right, bud, here comes the scariest part of the year. There you go.
It's okay.
That elbow.
It's okay.
So I know it's not like a feeding thing. I've kind of heard a little bit about it, but what is it about the dogs? They're always so skinny. You would think a big dog would be able to run. Why is that?
Well, you got linebackers, right?
True.
And you got marathon runners. They're not really the same build. They're
Makes
both
sense.
athletes, yes, but they're not the same build. So these guys are ultra marathoners, and Schooner is big by sled dog standards. These guys have been in some very intense training, and their weight does fluctuate. That's one of the amazing things about sled dogs is how much their weight can fluctuate, and their ability to process literally tens of thousands of calories. But no, it is a lighter frame dog.
Alright.
Alright, big guy, you ready? That wasn't so bad. He was just getting comfortable. He doesn't want to get up now. Alright, come on, big guy. Easy, let's leave the table in their place.
Out of here.
Oh, big
He's like,
dog.
Here you go,
Hombre.
squeeze. Alright.
Hombre.
Hey, trouble. Why?
Alright.
I'm a sled dog. Oh, come on, big guy. Sit right here. There you go. You're a pro, man. Look at this guy. Look at you.
You've got 19 dogs back there?
In the truck,
I
yeah.
didn't realize you could hold that many in that truck.
There's room for 20.
You have such a sweet face.
He went on my thing.
You've got such a
Oh, okay.
sweet face. Oh my gosh.
So what say again?
We can just see the muscles back there. Wow.
He's ripped.
Yeah, he's ripped.
There's a pretty one.
That is a pretty dog right there. Oh yeah.
It is pretty.
I like that you have like a personal connection with each one of the dogs.
Yeah.
That's nice.
These are my coworkers. I mean, this is what we do all winter. And not just like go out at 9 and say hi and be done at 5, but day in, day out, through the night, we do some incredible trips and go through a lot of hard times. I mean, that's what training is going out there and finding the tough situations we'll see on the Iditarod and experiencing it as a team, dogs and person, and learning how to conquer each of those challenges one by one. So when we get a nasty blizzard on the coast in the Iditarod like we had last year, it's just another day in the office. And it takes some serious trust between dogs and mushers.
Sorry, Hombre.
Floppy. Hey, Floppy. Hey, Floppy. This guy's this has been probably my most fun team to mush I've ever had. They just love what they do. Every single one of them has like a great personality. They're all so unique, and they're all dogs that I've raised now, and that makes it fun. So,
Alright, Sager.
like, that video that you saw with the puppies, that was probably, I can probably find which dogs those were. They're probably here right now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's
like
awesome.
A couple years later, so it's just fun. I mean, that's where you start, and now you get to reap the rewards of having an awesome, friendly, fun dog to mush. Down goes the moose.
This is Hero, right?
This is Hero.
1, 2,
Who's a fullback?
His mom is Guinness, who's the Golden Harness winner from 2012, and his sister is literally a third his size, and both him and his sister finished last year. It's like, it's clearly not their structure that makes them unique. It's their heart, it's something internal that makes these guys superstars. When you've got an 80-pound dog that lopes, he should not be able to do 1,000 miles, but he does.
What is a lope?
It's kind of the doggy equivalent to a gallop. You know,
Oh,
a horse
okay.
gallops, a dog lopes, opposed to a trotter, where instead of both their feet moving in unison and then both their hind feet moving in unison, which is a lope, a trot is their front right and their hind left, and then their front left and their back right moving at the same time. Most of the, you know, especially the taller Alaskan Huskies are going to trot. That's a much more efficient gait. A lope is more like a gallop. It's for going faster, you know?
Interesting.
So this guy does that more difficult gait, puts a lot more pressure on his tug line. He's working harder, and he's a massive dog. He pulls as much as any 3 others.
I've never thought about that. I've always thought, you know, just like horses, but you wouldn't think.
You got trotters, and you got, you know,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Pacers
pacers. Yeah, there you go.
and gators.
Another thing that seems really interesting to me is they don't seem to be one breed. It's like they're
They're mixed breeds.
totally mixed. Is it like a specific mix or just?
They're a mixed breed Alaskan Husky, which Alaskan Husky is a very loose term. You know, we all think about the Gold Rush, right? Jack London and, you know, the early mushers. What they had was a mix of anything that people could bring to Alaska, crossed with the Malamutes and Siberians that had the pulling instinct. And there's hundreds of mixed breeds, way too many to keep track of. So every Arctic pulling dog was generically termed an Alaskan Husky, something that came from the mixing of the Gold Rushes, essentially.
Travel with me.
And they turned out to be phenomenal athletes. So these dogs are the descendants of those dogs, where the best athletes have been bred to the best athletes for, you know, dozens of generations. So one of the things we've never cared about is what they look like. So
Yeah, well, why would
there's a
you?
lot more similarities in the things you don't see. Every other breed is bred for a look, right? That's what standardizes them. But these guys, we breed on performance. We don't care what they look like. You can look like this one, and the last one we had in there, completely different looking dog.
Yeah, yeah.
So there are different lines within the Alaskan Husky. You know, mushers that have been doing this for 20, 40 years, their dogs develop a certain look, and the looks do become somewhat standardized, or at least certain characteristics. So you can pick out, oh, that's a Jeff King dog, or you know, by the dog's snout and face, oh, that's a Mitch Seavey dog. You know, that goes back to a certain stud that they use over and over again.
Oh, gotcha.
So, you know, now, many years later, you have John Baker, Martin Boozer, and Jeff King, and my dad. Their dogs all look entirely different. But yet, at the end of the race, they'll all be within minutes of each other. So clearly, looks doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What we're breeding for is some of that inner stuff, their ability to process 14,000 calories in a day, their ability to rejuvenate and recuperate on short periods, and then just that massive heart and lungs. So that's one of the things that my dogs have kind of unique. They have a very deep chest, a deep rib cage, where they house a huge set of lungs. Hey, cute. That guy is one of the most amazing dogs of all time.
Is that how you normally
He
do
loves
He's in the big room.
He's very high strung and very little, but he goes and goes and goes and goes. Yeah, good little fighter, isn't he? There you go, Tiny.
See how like the spikes go to the top of the screen? That's freaking huge.
He's got a huge heart.
And this line right here, most dogs are right about here with the spikes. You see how much taller that is over that line?
It's something inside.
This dog has a huge heart. They measure, all these are measurements, and they'll measure this and they call it a spike. This is your QRS complex, and the top of that QRS complex is measured. And the cardiologist that comes in here to read all those will be like, holy crap, that's a huge heart.
So the thing with a dog like this is they can learn a better gait. The heart is something that, you know, they can build it certainly, but he's only 3 years old. That's not a developed heart, that's just a freak of nature. And so as he learns a better gait and learns how to be more efficient over time, this is a dog that's likely to be in my team for the next 6 years. That's why you take care of him every step of the way. That's why in one race it's never worth it to, you know, push a dog beyond their what is fun for them. It needs to stay fun for him for 6 years, not one race. So it's definitely the long-term approach. Ugly or not, you're a super athlete. Just unfortunately in this sport you don't get to wear a helmet.
You're saying this is your ugliest dog?
Yeah. But we still love him.
That's amazing.
So I had no idea you were actually racing this. I thought you were just coming to help him out. So that's cool.
He's actually helping me out.
Yeah.
It's kind of going both ways. Okay, so you're from Australia and you're racing.
Yep.
This is your
My second year racing at Iditarod. So
second year.
last year I took all these young guys, the 2-year-olds that are now 3-year-olds, and most of them are now in Dallas's team. And so I'm doing the same thing with half my team, taking another 8 2-year-olds, and the rest of them are they're great dogs that Dallas has raced in the past, but maybe haven't made it this year. And they've been training the whole year. So I've got a bunch of 3, 4, 5-year-olds. So it's like a B/junior team, not just a 2-year-old team like last year.
So Dallas lives around here, so he's kind of like used to this environment and everything. But I mean, being in Australia, doesn't it make it a little bit harder for you to, I don't know, just...
Acclimatized, yeah. I guess it takes me a little while, but you just wear the right gear. You get cold, you get cold.
You know, it was almost 40 degrees and raining on us when we were mushing the other day, and then within 2 or 3 days it can easily drop down to 40 below. And now you're soaking wet and in 40 below. So the dogs,
that's bad.
the people, the equipment all has to function at a huge temperature range out there. He's only 3 and he just wiggles. He just vibrates everywhere he goes.
Hi, oh, hello.
This is perpetual motion right here. Come here, buddy. Try holding this thing still.
So yesterday I was waiting in the car, waiting for my fiance to do some secret stuff, and I was in the car like bored. I mean, just so bored out of my mind. And I can only imagine you're out there like 1,000 miles.
You think about like an 8-hour flight, right? You're gonna fly from New York to Frankfurt.
But you got movies, you got books, and you.
Yeah, this is like you're bundled up. You don't want to move because the ice on your face mask is this far from your face, and you move and it's like smashed up against your face, right? And you're probably cold most of the time, and you can't eat anything because you can't get through the layers.
Definitely cold.
Definitely cold, and it can be boring. But on the race, I mean, I'm constantly analyzing each dog. You spend a minute looking at one dog.
Yeah.
Just looking for any little glitch, any little hitch in their get along. We're looking for early warning signs of something that might be not an injury, heaven forbid. We're not going to get to that point. We're looking for a fatigued muscle that might turn into a sore muscle or short on calories, because that's going to be the information that makes the next decision. So I'll spend 8 hours trying to figure out, should I stay 4 hours at this checkpoint or 4 hours and 15 minutes? When I get there, should I immediately feed them, or do I need to get them on straw and get them sleeping? And so those actions that happen concisely in the checkpoint are because we've already made up our mind on the way there with the best information. So you don't want to just zone out. Easy, but in training, I do have a lot of audiobooks. I don't listen to music so much.
Ah, there you go.
Because music puts me to sleep, but audiobooks engages your mind, and it's been my college in lieu of college.
And see, that's why you're the musher and I'm not, because my ADD brain would just be like, hey, look at that, that was a cool looking creature. Yeah, squirrel, like I'm so ADD brain. Yeah. Sorry, I have to record that. You made your sled out of hockey sticks.
Yeah, they're repurposed hockey sticks. So I started out just buying hockey sticks and cutting the blades off them. So you look funky, you're checking out of a store with 14 left-handed hockey sticks, you know. But I've got a buddy with CCM Reebok that sends me all the broken, fractured sticks and stuff, and we cut them up, build sleds out of them. It's perfect diameter carbon fiber tubing, perfectly engineered for flex and strength. So they're like $300-400 hockey sticks that I'm chopping up and building sleds out of. So.
Wow.
Recycling.
It's recycling, exactly.
Go green.
That is awesome. That is seriously awesome.
This is the one that I was at the finish of the intro, she's like looking me in the face. These two always run together. Yeah. And I try to unbooty this one, or unbooty that one, and she instantly just nose in your face, lick it. It's impossible to do anything with you because your tongue is busy. She licks everything. She's another one, she just vibrates, like she never sits still. Candle. Oh, there you go. Now we're getting a little more confident, aren't we? So this is Gott. He actually won with me in 2012.
He's got the best gait out of any of them.
Yeah. He's efficient. His legs weigh less. So he's super efficient. This is Gott.
Look at you, you're still a sled dog. That is so good. So seeing this kind of reminds me that like these dogs to the mushers, they're not just pieces of meat. They're not just athletes that they use one time. All of these dogs are very, very cared about. And in this situation, the doctors actually said, the vet said that the dog should have been euthanized because he got kicked by a moose. I believe that's what he was saying. But yeah, that dude, my heart is just like, oh.
Here we go, bud.
He was the one who pulled up his drugs for his milligram.
Oh boy.
Where did y'all do the mileage? Oh, at the...
We did it at VSO.
Are you ready for it? We still need a piece of paper.
So I was working the drop dog hub in Anchorage, and all the dogs that come off the trail or anybody that's critical like Gott was came to Anchorage, and we go and triage them. I'm a veterinary technician, so I went with the vets. And when we got Gott, he was just in a half of a dog crate, and they had just undone the crate. And here was Gott, and he couldn't walk, and he didn't really have very good reflexes, so we took him to, it was in the middle of the night, we took him to Dr. Von Feil, a veterinary specialist of Alaska, sedated him, I think we actually did general anesthesia, and did the myelogram, and that kind of showed that it wasn't too great of an outcome, and so I kind of followed him over the next couple of days, and then I wasn't allowed to follow him anymore because it wasn't my dog, so bless them for not euthanizing him and letting him have a chance, because most people wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that was like a $7,000 surgery, you said. That was crazy. Yeah. But good on him.
That's really great. Yay!
This is actually the truck we won last year.
Oh yeah?
Because the winner of the Iditarod gets a truck.
Oh my
The
gosh.
first thing we did is I took it down to my brother's house. He helped me build this box. We ripped the bed off and turned it into a dog truck.
How much of this is actually made of hockey sticks?
Surprisingly, none of this one. But my dog sled is almost entirely hockey sticks.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. So you put the...
plastic and hockey sticks.
So you just slip the sled in there?
So
is
the
that?
sleds can go up here.
Oh, okay.
One of the kind of these side compartments are, and then the middle aisle. We've been doing a little bit of work on it and whatnot, but this is just what we call the tunnel, and you can put stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there's always a lot of stuff around dogs. The harnesses, the tow lines, the food, the buckets and the bowls, so that you can, when you stop, you can take the dogs out of the truck, out of the little side compartments. We're still getting the aluminum boxes down here built on it. So then they'll have a little clip right here and a tether, and they can walk around, pee on the tires.
Nice.
Dog loves
Oh yes,
tire.
of course.
Yeah, as you can see, there's the evidence right there. So in the truck, they like it. Hey, let's take a peek in here. So they curl up in there. And the idea is that you don't want to have too big of a box. They actually did a lot of studies on dogs on airline crates, and the bigger the crate, the higher the heart rate. The dogs like having something that they can kind of brace on and feel secure and comfortable. If it's too big, they start sliding around. So then we put straw on it, which is absorbent and soft bedding for them. Good boy, hombre. And they seem pretty content in there, but about 6 hours is about as long as you'd want to leave them in there without letting them out to go to the bathroom. So if you take them out, they should be out for 20, 30 minutes.
About the trip from here to Fairbanks.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So yeah, we'd get everything loaded up, load the dogs in, go straight there. And if it's going to be more than 6 hours, then you find a pull out and stop and spend 20, 30 minutes. And shoot, I can't make it 6 hours without going to the bathroom, so we're going to stop. Speaking of which, I got to pee.
Do it. Those people are some of the coolest people I have ever met. Like, talk about like some of the most caring people for animals, for other people, just genuinely nice people. Like, if you ever feel like humanity is starting to let you down, just look these people up, listen to their stories. Like, I feel very like rejuvenated. I feel so positive. I'm just so happy. Like, I was happy for the Iditarod, for the sheer excitement of going out there and learning all this stuff. But now, like, I honestly feel like I have a different outlook on this whole thing. You know, seeing the connection that these guys have with their dogs and the vets, and how much even the vets care about the dogs. Like, I want to root all of these guys on. Not just Dallas, not just Christian, everybody, all these people that are involved, because it's such a big thing. And they're not doing it because they're trying to get a brand new truck or you know, for fame or anything like that. They do it because they love it. I mean, isn't that what I'm doing? I'm vlogging. I'm doing this because I just love to do this. So these guys, it's like they're doing what they love to do, just like I do what I love to do, and I can relate to that. And the dogs. Like, let's focus on the dogs for a second. Like, all those dogs, they're all mutts, right? But aren't we all at this point? Like, they're not the best looking dogs in the world. Some are great looking. Some, you know, as Dallas likes to say, well, this one's really ugly. But they're all champions. They all have their own special, unique little abilities, and it just comes down to heart. Those dogs are amazing. So yeah, all right, let's get home. Alaska keeps getting cooler and cooler.
Who's that pretty girl? Who's that pretty girl? Who's that pretty girl, huh? Who's that pretty girl?
All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye. So here's how they say goodbye in the country that we are going to. 안녕.